Alright, we got another curse submission here. This one is from Jeff West. They said, normally like Rector... Let me double check the comments. This is normally like Rector with Luna, but with Luna it can be brutal. I agree. And they said the banners in this one are just rough. In hindsight, there is a line that could win, but it's hard to see it coming, and they threw the towel in on Ring 4. And it actually looks like a few players have given it a shot here. Illustrious, Charitable Cup, and Evil 2. And it has taken all of them down, so this definitely looks like a doozy. You know, my thoughts on Rector are he's solid, but the ceiling is just not there. So it's very hard for him to like trivialize a run a lot of the time, but his Dark Calling path is quite nice, and the other two paths just kind of provide some value. He's at least never going to be a useless champ, but, you know, he's not necessarily outside of Dark Calling doing a whole lot of good stuff. So hopefully we get Dark Calling, though even Dark Calling with this combo is not really doing anything super special. And then we got the Moon Ritual secondary, which is definitely much better than the Witchwood secondary. We at least have some conduit stuff guaranteed to be open to us. And then Pyre of Savagery, which is just a generally good Pyre. Good attack, bad health, but the good attack I'd rather have good attack than good health if I had one or the other. And then of course it has an effect that is usually useful. With the Luna Coven, it's only, I guess, really super useful on the sweeper unit. And with the Melting Remnant, it's probably useful on pretty much all of them. So we'll see what's up here. Okay, Lunar Priestess. Lunar Priestess is a culprit in a lot of horrible Ring 1s, by the way. So we got Chosen of Savagery, a lot of incoming damage, and you gotta kill a lot of tanks. Archeon Sign of Siphon, which is tough, and Kale with Spikes. It's actually been a hot minute since I even ran into Spikes, but yeah, kind of pretty hard bosses. And honestly, these starters are not very good. The Entombed Explosive is fine, but the other two really suck. I have been thinking these two cards are giant culprits in all of my super cursed Ring 1 starts, the Lunar Priestess and the Meddler. You know, the Priestess is okay, like, to, I don't even know what I'm saying. It's just okay when you have Witch Weave, because it helps have a guaranteed Moon Ritual, but when you already have the Exiled, or the Moon Ritual Speller, okay, yeah, I can talk today apparently, you know, she's just not as useful, and her stats suck. And then Meddler is really bad. I actually think this is like one of the worst starter cards in the game. It just doesn't do anything at the start. Sure, it's good if you can get Astrologer or Shade Guard, you know, stuff like that, but as an actual unit, it just is not doing anything. I wish the unit at least had some stats of its own that it gained, either through moon phasing or through ending a turn on a particular moon phase. If it did that, then it wouldn't be so bad to start with. So what I will say though is if we do get Dark Calling, this is not so bad. You know, we've got a lot of 1-pip units for it. That Dark Calling quite enjoys that. So we'll see if we can snag ourselves a Dark Calling. We cannot. I kind of figured. I'd suspected there's no Dark Calling here, because usually you can make Dark Calling work with anything. But, yeah, this is much worse. So Burn Bright's basically untakeable here. We have no Burnout Extension, no Reform. It also, I gotta say, even the Entombed Explosives become worse without a Dark Calling here. We just have to take Accumulator. It definitely I think they need to buff the numbers up on Accumulator. If you think about it, like they buff the numbers on Wickless Baron, and it's just like a 5/5 on Harvest Vanilla. So Vanilla, it's like twice as good as the the champion here. But yeah, I mean, we don't really have a choice here, and it's a much weaker start now because of that, and much weaker just over the whole course of the run, because the Harvest Pass just isn't that good. It's valuable, like it's. Don't get me wrong, this is still a million times better than like if we had Ekka with this same deck. I mean, we wouldn't have Ekka with this same deck because Moon Ritual, but you know, Tethys or something. Okay. These are pretty good. I mean, really good. But they don't do anything for us Ring 1, so Ring 1's already kind of scaring me here. We really don't have anything for Ring 1. We just have... We have a bunch of stuff to feed Harvest, which I guess is okay. Like, we'll get through Ring 1, I think, but I don't know. Maybe we're going to have a lot of damage taken here. So what's going to help us recover from a bad Ring 1 the most? Is it going to be a Moat Tome or a Capricious Reflection? Because a Moat Tome... It's just super valuable, but I don't know that we're getting as much immediate value out of an Emote Tome. Both of them do nothing for us, because obviously the Moon Ritual right now is just completely worthless until I can actually find a spell. So... I think it might be Capricious, because... Even if I'm getting bad upgrades, I'm still getting upgrades, and I'm probably going to be on pretty low Pyre health here, is my guess. I mean, I don't know. It depends on which boss and group I face. Like, if it's... I'm almost certainly linking tanks, right? And then the boss probably leaks too. So if it's like Sap boss... which is just sort of objectively harder. Though I don't know, if this many token units, maybe the Rage boss is as hard if not harder. I don't know, as I talk it out, I really think the Capricious Reflection's probably better for me, because the Emote Tome, it's like, and I might not even end up with that. We could just continue low rolling and getting units offered, at which point, you know, the Emote Tome doesn't even do anything still. So I think we got to take Capricious here. I mean, we know Malika is incredibly strong in Muzztrain too, so is a Capricious Reflection. They're the same thing, so we'll give that a shot. Feels kind of shitty to not take the Emote Tome, though. Okay, so it is this boss. This group, Forsaken Few, they seem on the easier side, if I'm not mistaken. It's just like one tank and then a bunch of those, which will feed my Harvest Rector pretty well. I think this is pretty irrelevant trial then. I actually think we're pretty good into Ring 1 here. We'll just want to make sure that we feed enough things to Rector. I think we go top with him. Pretty sure we do. Do we want to feed the Lunar Priestess to him? Because what I want to do is I need to get like 3 1-pip units in front of him, have them die. Technically this has higher health than the other 1-pip units, so maybe I don't put it there. That does seem reasonable, right? Because we want the dregs up here and probably the explosive tombs, and then eventually I want to put a Spear Steward behind him after he's tanked up. And that should pretty much solve this fight. So the dregs should always go up here. I'm going to save that for redraw, and I'll just throw these away. I think I want them in front. Pretty sure I do. There's no point in even playing these. I literally have no spells. What a draw. Yeah, we don't want to kill too many of these things either. Maybe I should have put her in front, Because now I'm actually eating up a harvest here. Oh well. Another thing is, like, maybe if we just gave the Lunar Priestess, like, one Mage Blade, something light like that, she could be a lot better. I suggest that. Some food for thought, you never know. Okay, we could also try to save one of these entombed explosives for the boss. I don't think so though. I'd rather do this and get that extra kill there. So we got Spear Steward coming up. I think we're for sure able to redraw it though. I think I will save these. Well, do I save the dregs? Probably don't save the dregs. Probably don't save the dregs. Alright, we'll go there. I do need to kill those. And that's... Oh, this is bad. I'm feeding him rage. Okay, 3-3 break. Why don't we go... Could do this here. Like that, I guess. $188. Well, I knew we were taking some damage. I didn't think we'd take this much. I probably misplayed that at some degree, but I thought with a big tank and that guy behind, I think I screwed up by playing the Lunar Priestess in the back there. But I think we'll survive this. It just really sucks. 11 health, that really sucks. I thought we'd maybe just leak like a hit or two on the boss. But that's so much worse than I thought. Alright, we got Burnout Extension. This got Surge Stoned. Calcified Ember here. Well, this is fine. With the spell chain, it makes it easier to actually play it, even if we're not putting it on like an actual burnout unit. So we'll take that. Consume. Holdover on these cards. I guess a holdover gravity is something. I could technically overstack floors with it or delay enemies with it. We got pretty good control over our moon phase, which also makes the Starstruck pretty decent. Starstruck we may need in order to even get through Ring 3 here. Just to... Plus... Yeah, And of course the Bloody Moon's just doing a ton of damage. But... I am mainly worried... We don't have any backline clear, so all of these are good. I don't want to take another Calcified Ember, but this seems like maybe the best card as a Starstruck. I think we'll take that. So, at 11 health, and a deck that still kind of sucks. I mean, we picked up cards with good upgrades, but they're just not, like, necessarily the greatest cards. I do have a beefy enough champ that I might be able to go to the Merchant of Magic. I definitely am feeling... I don't know, I don't have many spells, so I'm like... I kind of would like to like double stack this Wickless or hold it over or something. That would make it much more enticing. And then I can just make the Starstruck at least cost 0. course, there's no magic on ring 3, which makes it even more potentially valuable to go to the Merchant of Magic there. And this magic's not necessarily at a good node. Yeah, these magics don't look great. Not great at all. But if I could brick the unit here, if I get like Wickless Tycoon plus Paraffin Enforcer or something like that, or not Enforcer, but Paraffin Thug, that could be pretty rough. Or just like Lady of the Reformed, I guess. She'd be alright, but I'm trying to think, if I kind of brick the unit and I brick the spells, am I just dead? Because I'm at least guaranteed to get a cost reduction here, but I'm not guaranteed to get a double stack or a holdover here. And there's just no other spells to really do anything with. I would imagine we have to go to the right then. I don't love it, but I don't see a reasonable way we can risk going left. At least here I can add whatever to it. Plus with the Capricious we could technically brick the unit out of relevance sometimes. So we have Large Stone and Endless. Yuck. Well, Submitter did say the banners aren't too great. Silent Sentinel's good on its own, but not in this deck with my 1 Starstruck. I guess we're taking Nightingale. I really don't like this unit. But there is a Large Stone and it could take that well. The Dualism is pretty much wasted. I mean, it's not completely wasted. It does have the Stealth 4, so like it makes it so I can at least just play it on its own here and there. Because I wouldn't want to build around this unit unless we're getting the room that can, you know, that room that makes it actually relevant. It'd be a desperate thing to do, but I kind of think putting an Endless on the Entombed Explosive is maybe worth it here. In the long run, it's a pretty crappy move, but you know, we don't have Reform, we don't have Dark Calling, and I do have a Harvest Rector that doesn't want, you know, I can't justify putting the Nightingale on the same floor as Harvest Rector, so I do kind of need like something big for our Harvest Rector to keep popping stats, and we got the hardest Archeon to get through. I'm not worried about Ring 2. This is not like a Ring 2 play, even though it would help with Ring 2 a lot. It is kind of a I'm on 11 Pyre health and I'm up against Siphon or Archeon play. I think we have to do it. And I don't know, I could even do something like this. Just give you damage or something, stick you behind Harvest Rector. I'm not completely opposed to that either. Yeah, let's do that. Like we are desperate enough to make that play. We're gonna have no money going into Ring 3, but Mark of Invasion is good for us. It really sucks if we lose Pyre health over it, though, because in this fight, could I justify putting Nightingale on the same floor? Because there's going to be 4 of them at 3 damage, so probably I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'll do this, so then whatever other 1-pip units that we can get there, we'll put Nightingale in the mid. How about that? We don't have space for that, unfortunately. Alright, we want to end with him getting multi-strike. Really, no 1-pip units or the spell? That's kind of trash. So now I have to take 6 damage when I shouldn't have really taken any, but yep, that sucks. I could put it here, but that's gimping me in the long run. I think we're just going to do this. I probably should have just played the Calcified Ember. I'm only doing this to get like a a one-time harvest, but I feel like I might need it to like survive all of this bullshit coming up. I probably should have just put him down here, but whatever. We're just gonna live with it. Oh shit. I didn't get the multi-strike. Well, we'll just say that it's in the name of getting more harvests. But I cannot be making mistakes like that. Bye-bye to the collector. I am continuing to low roll here, but alright, let's make sure you actually have the fucking multi-strike this time. Right, you do have the multi-strike. We definitely got to get an entombed explosive coming up or we're dead. Alright, we do not get it. We can kill this guy though, so let's do... actually don't want to daze him, so let's just hit him and clear out another space. We do need you multi-striking, which is fine. We can just go and do that. Yeah. Well, probably gonna need this up here. We really bottom deck both those entombed explosives. So ridiculous. And I know this is on holdover, so it doesn't help things, but I feel like even this is a risky play. Let's just put a dragon and have that be the thing. I should have put it behind, but whatever. Do we want this on holdover? I don't know, maybe. Do that again. You don't have multi-strike, so we'll do that. Let's do this. Get multi-strike. This is almost dead, so we made it through. I didn't think we would take pyre damage. I thought I did some pretty strong, like, early game plays here that I wouldn't take pyre damage, but I guess we're still doing that. Whatever. I mean, I did misplay, to be fair. Holdover molded large stone encasement or a spikes draft with a calcified ember. This has got to be the holdover molded, right? That's actually like potentially pretty good. Would have been a lot better if I didn't have endless on this explosive, to be honest, but we got the other one, so you know, that'll be an option. I think it's good. 2 cards in holdover kind of sucks though. Okay, we finally got a big damage card. It has permafrost, which I guess is fine. I guess. Yeah, we may need it. I don't think it's beating the other cards. I don't know if I love the permafrost. Well, this is a tough one. I do want the Pyre health, so that's already kind of enticing me. There's definitely some equipment and rooms that Luna have that would be very good for us. Pretty much any of them, honestly. Like, yeah, this is gonna be an important turn. So, either of these obviously are pretty good for us. The Luna Cycle stuff does not immediately give us that much benefit, but in the long run that will grow pretty decently, even if we never get that much more additional moon phase. I mean, we've even got the moon phase units, which we could keep alive to maybe proc their ability twice or something. So those definitely help with that. We have the Mage Blade, which is obviously really good. And then the rooms. Eclipse Chamber would be pretty good with our Nightingale. The Nightingale, I think, is a crappy unit, but if you do get an Eclipse Chamber, it actually becomes a decent unit. Then it's always having multi-strike, and it's getting 15 attack a turn. That's pretty good. And then Planetarium is just kind of solid. So we know everything that Luna provides is good, and all of them are findable since they're not common. And then the clanless maybe doesn't look quite as good. I mean, there's obviously things like Boiler Room are fine. Zone of Silence is good in the long term. It's honestly not that good for Ring 3. I'm pretty worried about this Ring 3 with my 5 health. Granted, I would have more if I go to the Merchant of Arms. Inferno Room would be good. It's a little anti my Harvest Rector, though. And then I would only have the Nightingale. I don't even know. The Inferno Room would be tough. Hall of Mirrors would be kind of bad, but I guess I could like double the Nightingale on its own floor, and then it survives for 4 turns unscathed, and then it has large stone health after that. Fight Club is just solid. Pretty good, actually, with dregs and stuff. Really good, actually. Then the Enchanted Chamber is not really doing much for us. We only have really the 1 damage card. And then Boiler Room, Steward Quarters, fine. So far, so good, I'd say, overall. There's definitely some bricks in the neutral rooms, but... And then we basically have a Bloodthirsty Blade on every unit. I haven't really been playing into it, because I've been playing the game off my back feet so far. Because we've just been, or shall I say, our back is against a wall every fight so far, but... you know, having a Bloodthirsty Blade, I guess, would be okay. I would obviously prefer the other Luna cards, but this could work. Equalizing Rings, I suppose, is okay at the moment for Harvest Rector in particular, because I gained so much health and not really much damage. It would maybe in the... yeah, I don't think it would ever get outpaced by the Savagery Pyre, so I guess it's fine. Glass Cannon sucks, kinda, but I could put it on my stealthed dudes to get a bunch of damage while they're stealthed, and then I guess they just die once they come back, but it is what it is. Meat Shield's solid, Stoked Plate Mill sucks. Steel Decker's not that good. Overgrowth Carapace would be good, but I currently don't have a giant use for it, but it would definitely be something I would like to see. Void Armament is risky. I don't know how I can justify playing that one, but I might take it. I don't know. These don't look too good to me, to be honest, as I'm looking through them. None of them are good. Like, I think Overgrowth Carapace is the only one I would consider good out of all these for our build. Well, we don't have a build. Our deck, we'll say. So that scares me a little bit. And on the right side, it's like, you know, I'm trying to ignore the knowledge that has been passed to us that the banners are kind of bad. But who knows, maybe one person's bad might be another person's good, but if it's just, you know, Nightingale and whatever the other unit I have is, then that's obviously a wasted banner. Or if it's like Nightingale and... well, let's just see. So if it's... okay, Astrologer would be good. Yeah, but we don't want to see Lunar Priestess. We don't want to see... here, let's go uncommon. We don't want to see Lunar Priestess. We don't want to see Silent Sentinel. Though I guess I would take it. It's 2 pip. It at least does go on the floor with what's his name. Also, it's another proc of Malika's. no matter what we get. So even if we get something that's not desirable, we may just take it if it gets like large stone or something. And then Acolyte would be very good. If we get Acolyte, that would actually turn this run around, I think. Granted, there is some anti-synergy because it wants to end on full moon while Nightingale wants to end on new moon, but we can just ignore the Nightingale for the most part, I think. This thing actually gives us scaling. And then Shade Guard would be amazing. I would be very happy to see a Shade Guard. So actually the spread of units is pretty good. The only real bricks are like Nightingale, Lunar Priestess, and maybe Silent Sentinel, but you know, Malika's could change that. It could just give them a large stone. It does suck that our Nightingale doesn't have any available slots, so the one that we have, because like if it, I guess not the end of the world, but you know, I would like to get like a another multi-strike on it, for example, but whatever. I feel like there's actually more bricks at the Merchant of Arms. Although I'm just comparing the banner to the Merchant of Arms right now. It's like, it kind of makes sense though in the context that I don't have a, I currently don't have a solid banner unit to put Merchant of Steel upgrades onto. So it's like, I'm kind of looking for one, you know what I mean? So it's like I have to hit a unit here for the Merchant of Steel to be useful. Because all I have is token units outside of that. So if I do low roll, then it's a completely wasted node. At least on the left side I'm getting health. So maybe go left. And honestly, if I do hit on like some of these Luna rooms or equipments, then that's a significant power spike. Unfortunately though, there's no gold. I have no gold. So I can't reroll on either side. That's actually pretty crappy. Damn. I'm just worried for my ability to actually kill Archeon right now. I think we have to really just focus on getting through Archeon. I feel like, you know, I could maybe get a tank, a proper tank. I kind of need a proper tank other than my Rector. I have too many cards that, like, I can't rely on getting Entombed Explosive necessarily to pop a bunch before the fight is, like, solved. The 5 Pyre health makes me want to go left, though. It's like, if I did not have 5 Pyre health right now, this would be a pretty easy right side of the map for me, if I'm being honest. Like, this is has me worried. You know, both sides can completely brick on everything, but this side at least gets the health. I think I'm going to go right, though. I don't know. I feel like I need a unit more than I need an equipment or something. Even if I get the equipment that I want or the room that I want, I still need like some banner units to build around, and I just don't have that right now. So we need something there. Okay, this would have been nice if I still had a thing ready. Man. Yeah, it's not good. Not good at all. And the Nightingale just has like a useless upgrade attached to put salt in the wound. I do think we have to take the Nightingale though. My thought is there is a multi-strike there. What was the other upgrade? Shit. Was it Large Stone? If it was Large Stone, then maybe I take the Silent Sentinel. Then I have a really good tank. But I already have an okay tank. I don't know. No, it was Dualism, right? Yeah, it was Dualism. Which technically works with the Silent Sentinel, but we just don't have enough spells to care about that. So it's definitely the Nightingale, I think. Unless I want this to stick in front of the current Nightingale. At which point, though, the upgrades aren't good for me. Whereas I could take this and at least put a multi-strike on it, and it will fit on the floor with my Rector. And this is not a completely useless upgrade. I still at least get the 10 health that it gives. I think we gotta go do this. I'll do this before we visit that in case I need to overstack this unit. I can do this actually, like there or something. Or here. But we don't need to do that right now. Ah, God. Yes, for all the spells in my deck, we get an entropic thing. Huh. That's not what we wanted to see. To be honest though, I could triple stack this Starstruck, and that's not the end of the world. I'm usually should be able to, especially with the Lunar Priestess, if I can keep the Lunar Priestess alive, which right now is a little bit tricky, but I think I can figure it out somehow. You know, I think triple stack, get 3 days pretty much every turn is pretty powerful. So we'll do that. It's the only thing that really makes sense here. I mean, I could do the Celestial Storm like Permafrost, but it's not helping me immediately enough right now, and I need immediate help. It's also, yeah, I could technically Hell Vent it. That's pretty rough with the whatever. Do we want to do this as well? I feel like it's okay, right? Does that even help it that much? I don't know if it really helps it. I think we just don't spend the money, because I probably, if I can get through this fight, I need like even just that little bit of money probably. You know, I'm pretty worried for this one. This one might take me down, but I've done all I can do. So I think we go, I can survive the first hit here. I'm pretty sure we just want to go like this, put this there, and we'll protect this on mid, and I think that's pretty good. Okay, you guys have multi-strike. Wait, oh no, you don't have multi-strike right now. I could play that to get it. This obviously goes here. This feels like a really good turn for me to get rid of this Calcified Ember, though. I need to kill that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I can get rid of it here. I need to thin the deck out, and getting that in is fine, I think. I have to kill this thing. It does give him some of that, unfortunately, but whatever. I could just daze the fuck out of this guy. Like, I don't need to daze this yet. Let's just get this guy so dazed that we don't have to worry. I like that plan. That's fine, I suppose. Just gonna feed it down here, actually. And we do want to do that, yeah. We for sure need to play this every turn. We can use it on one of these tanks if we have to. Throw this here. I don't care about feeding him because he's never going to attack me. You know, more and more I think about it, this holdover card is like pretty damn good. This thing ended up being kind of a brick, but that's okay. If I could do this, then this becomes better, and I can just let that go. This is probably better than do that just for the harvest, even though it doesn't really help me with the damage too much. We're looking good, actually. Like, I think I can keep putting this on the boss. That'll get multi-strike, and then we played that. Just don't care about that then. Right, you're dead. Hit him. Why don't we just do this for this turn? This is fine. Alright, we just need to end with multi-strike. That's fine. Need to remember that I'm savagery as well. I'm probably not getting as many slays as I could. Wow, even with 8 dazed, huh? Well, I think after I get multi-strike we'll be fine, but that's, yeah, kind of wild, right? Alright, well, we'll give you that slay. I should be trying to get slays there, but don't really have that capability at the moment. We'll let that guy get some slays too. We can maybe try to let these guys get some slays. Like that, I think. There we go. Alright. Go at him, Nightingale. Jeez. I think I probably would have been better off taking a Moat Tome if I knew Malika's was going to be like this. And I don't know, has it even helped me that much yet? Like, the holdovers, I guess, are fine, but at a certain point, if every damn card is holdover, that becomes an issue. Ritual Tome, maybe. Formless Child is just so hard to use. These suck. I don't mind a sacrificial res, but I don't want it on a holdover. I can't just start filling my deck with bullcrap. Or filling it with drafts that I can't play unless I'm going to take an Ember upgrade. I don't know that this is a deck I want to take an Ember upgrade with. Like, this deck wants a pip or a draw upgrade, I think. You know, if I take a pip upgrade, it doesn't give me any super good immediate value, to be honest. So 2 extra pip doesn't really change a whole lot for me. Unless I want to play just Rector with the 2 Nightingales, but that just doesn't seem like a good setup. Might as well use the large stone one on his own floor. Make use of that dualism. Even the draw upgrade though, it's like, this costs an Ember every turn. This costs an Ember every turn. If this comes about, I have to play it, or I'm kind of fucked. This thing being able to be played would be nice. So Ember might not be that out of the question. Maybe the Wickless can be easier to play as well. If I take an Ember upgrade, it might mean the sacrificial res can get played more too. In the sense that the drafts I can just play and they're not sitting in my deck. At a certain point though, if I'm not taking And actually, the Entropic Crystallis could get eaten up by this. Also, I could eat up the Endless Entombed Explosive to make it a 0 cost and have burnout. So actually, the Sacrificial Res doesn't look horrible to me. Plus, you can just get the shards out of there. Plus, I have a Holdover Molded, and maybe the Draft is the best thing to bring back over a Entombed Explosive in some cases. So I think it is this. Okay, Paraffin Enforcer with Multi-Strike has to be the call here, right? It's still a little awkward, honestly, but I got the Wickless here, and I have drafts. I definitely am not getting any value out of the other cards, so let's try it. We've got to figure out a way to make it work. It's at least something. This is such a weird map. Like, there's actually no banners past the third ring here, which I thought was pretty much impossible. I didn't even realize that. I assumed like maybe we could pick up a late banner. God, this seat is kind of cursed, huh? Ember. I think we have to stick to Ember. There's a world where I want the pip upgrade now that I have this Paraffin Enforcer on top of everything. Like, it's gonna be good with like Sacrificial Res to some degree. But yeah, we gotta take Ember. I just don't have the Ember to do everything that I need to do. So I imagine we really do gotta go left here. This would have been like probably the most hittable magic. I mean, definitely the most hittable magic. But I need health. It didn't give us anything back, hardly. You see how just a bad ring 1 makes every other ring bad, right? Like, I could have made different plays had I had some Pyre health. Yeah, 180 gold. I can afford at least one trinket, no matter what. Maybe we get a good alcove, but it could be a brick. If I go here, the Armory, I don't know, Armory might be good. And then Merchant of Magic, I can't really reroll and afford anything. I could if I'm lucky, but I don't know, cost reduction. I would want to hold over on Wickless maybe. It's going to be very hard to dig through the deck, though, with that many holdovers. I don't know if I see enough good like Merchant of Magic upgrades if all I really benefit from here is like holdover or double stack. And they're not even that strong. I think we go left here. I need the health. I need like stronger shit. And I'll go here first. I mean, I may as well. If it's that event where I go down to 1 health, I don't know, maybe I would heal full there. Would I benefit from statting up my stuff? I don't know. Let's see what's here first. Relatively useless stuff. Damn. The super expensive combustible wax is like the only thing I could take here. And it's not even necessarily good for me. I think it is though, with the... Yeah, it's good. What am I saying? It's good. But we'll check this first, see what it is. Garfield, alright. Alright, let me think here. I don't think Spell in a Box is working here. Especially when I'm not visiting any merchant magics, most likely. The unit in a box could work. I'm really leaning toward the box, though. Just the large box. That could give us so many things. That's a godsend when you got a bad deck. Yeah, I think we're just taking that. There's no way it's the other cards. The Jag in the box is just too slow. I'll take this. I could flex Burn Bright. I was really hoping for Dark Calling here, but no Dark Calling, I guess. Dark Calling would actually be super good here. But alas, this seed is just brutal. The reason I would take that is I would just put it on the same floor as this Paraffin Enforcer, and I could still tank with Rector. But then I'm getting 6 rage a turn. Even if I am single striking, that's pretty good. I still gain a lot of health. I think I'm gonna go Harvest though. Yeah, if I need burnout, I can just use the Wickless. So, no fucking way are we taking that. This fight sucks. At least the boss isn't too bad, but it might be. It might still be pretty bad. Alright, you'll go there for sure. And then it is Penance Seekers, so like I don't think I can set up top here. I think we gotta go like this and then just put a draft behind or the dude in front. I could also just put the Wickless on the Paraffin Enforcer. And then you'll go up there, protected by that, and then we'll put you there. This is why we want Pip on our top of everything, but whatever. Alright. Well, probably just go combustible wax and spike here. We got the sacrificial res. We'll just put the... I think we'll just burn all of this. We do want to end, though, in that. So we'll go like this. Okay, I really need that money. And this, with the sacrificial res, I think we're fine to take it. And just end on New Moon. I don't want to do the Crushing Demise. Alright, we're killing that at least. This thing lives, but whatever. Put this up here. I could play this. I don't need to play this draft necessarily. Yeah, let's get rid of that. That's the problem with that draw upgrade though. Like I cannot get to this Wickless, so this guy's just gonna burn out. I can't even get to the molded. Like this is a problem. I need to kill the dudes in back. I don't gain a whole lot from using Starstruck here. Oh, I had that though. Well, I could still play this. I don't know. Yeah, just do that. I think we're looking okay here. Yeah, we got him. Alright, we got through that fight. Dude, I swear, this is like the world's worst capricious reflection. I can't tell you how much I regret taking it over the emote tome. I mean, imagine if I could just... Granted, I guess I wouldn't have holdover on the Starstruck, so I don't know. The holdover on the Starstruck has been a godsend, and I guess the holdover on the Sacrificial Res has been pretty good, but I guess you take the good with the bad, right? This is an example of the bad. Like, how am I going to take these cards? Vetivery with Dualism doesn't do anything. I'm thinking like maybe the Fatal Melting. I do have Conduit. It's another holdover card though. The holdover is just screwing me over here. You saw how hard it is to draw through my deck now. But it is flat AoE. I don't know. I have the Celestial Storm if I need that, right? But it's just a one and done. But it is permafrosted, so I got it when I need it, but am I going to need it like 2 turns in a row? If so, then this is maybe better. We're not getting that much Conduit anyway, so it's not like it's that much damage. I think we just skip. Ooh, okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Eclipse Chamber is a gigantic pickup here. Because we already saw it was actually pretty nice to have the Nightingale on their own floor there. That's a big pickup. Holdover Cosmic Bolt is less enticing to me. That's a big pickup. Okay. We still have an upgrade to spend on our Paraffin Enforcer, plus... Yeah, this is just better. Like, we got the Empyrean Well, and... I don't know, there's definitely... I got a lot of options now. I could also make a floor... It's pretty obvious we're going to take a pip upgrade as our final upgrade, I think. Yeah, let's go to the right here. Smidgestone. That's interesting. I definitely could do that. It seems okay, even if I do take a pip upgrade. And I do want to do it. It's either that or a YOLO. Try to get a cheap, like, Dualism or additional multi-strike. I could just settle for this. It's already cheap, 80. It's as cheap as it can be. And then we can live with that. That's a good Hellvent target as well. Let's see what this is. Ah, God, the worst freaking event in the game. So bad. So bad. Why? And I don't think there was even a burnout upgrade at that shop, so it's like I can maybe justify adding burnout to it, because then it's actually pretty good with the Paraffin Enforcer, but can't even do that. I wouldn't be able to afford it if I reroll. Do I want to add Endless to any of these units? Not particularly. The problem is, like, if you get Stoic Plate, it's just so devastating. Or even Equalizing Rings. It's like, I could put it on a Nightingale, right? And it's like, okay, if I put it, let's say I put it on the one that's currently multi-striking. It isn't so bad if it gets Stoic Plate. It's like, yeah, I won't get my extra multi-strike, but I'll still get everything else. But if I get Equalizing Rings, that's actually pretty bad because, you know, we have the new Moon Room. So it's like, they're just bad, and a lot of the other ones just don't really do much. A lot of the other equipment. And there's no follow-up. I have to add these 2 junk cards to the deck. I just don't see how this is ever really worth taking, this event. That really sucks that it was a brick. I really hate the existence of this event. Plus, it draws the most ire because it's the most jarring art-wise of like the crossover events. So it's, I don't think it's actually a win-win for that event to be in the game, to be honest. But whatever. We shouldn't remove a card. We didn't get that good of a turn there. Like, Smidgestone was not the ideal upgrade. It was usable, but it's certainly not the ideal upgrade. And yeah, it's not amazing. Don't know if that attack really helps much anywhere. And Conduit even, I just don't have much spells. Like, probably just save the gold. I do think we hellvent that though. I don't know, maybe it's this. For now. For now it might be this. Kinda need to hit that card at certain points. I think it is actually this. Alright. Corruption is probably fine. I don't know. I can't really heal my guy. I could bring him back. Sometimes I can heal him if I get the right large box card. I think we gotta risk this though. Like, I have to get some sort of power. We're so behind the curve of where we need to be to actually win. Put these guys at the bottom. That one might die, but whatever. It's a very tough trial, actually. This fucking card. Well, I don't know that I can really play that. I do want to keep this coming. Yeah, we gotta take the 1 damage here, I think. Let's get that corruption there. I don't know that I should have done that, but whatever. Well, we should have put that unit in front. I could have playing sloppy here for sure. Playing pretty bad, actually. I need to not do that. Probably shouldn't have even played the molded, to be honest. really need that to come back. If I want to keep him alive, yeah. I can't draw through the deck otherwise, and I need to draw through this deck. I could maybe keep her alive still without the need of this. I think we gotta do this. I need to get to the new moon room. I got so much stuff I gotta get to here. Well, the bottom decking of the Eclipse Chamber and the Sacrificial Res is just so brutal. If I also bottom deck the whatever here, but I also don't know how I get away with like not playing this, for example. You'd probably just die. I feel like I need that for the boss. Here, let's hit you, just so you're staying alive. Fucking wild that we can't get to the other Wickless. In 5 turns, I can't get to it. Is this even worth playing at this point? I get 1 buff for the boss. Yeah, not much else to do here. Man, him dying sucks. At least 20 rage out of that. It might just be GG at that point. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna get through that like that. Like, I'm pretty fucking fucked here. Well, let's put that there, at least it'll get some rage. Give you that. I should still end on New Moon, even though this doesn't matter. Okay, so we can put that in, that dies. I can daze him for 3 at 95, it'll kill it. So... could make you endless. Could technically fit him on the well, no, now that I've done the burnout, I can't fit him on the floor. But, man. Yeah, I think we just... well, I haven't even actually played this, but it's already enough burnout. So let's... hit you once, and then do this. It'll add at least some damage. I do want to keep that. I should end on New Moon so that I go in with the thing. Alright, so we hit you. Oh my god, wow. I didn't think we were getting through that one, but we somehow pull off a miracle. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I did any specific calculations, sir. I just figured maybe we get enough hits, I don't know. Tough thing about this is, like, it's fun to, like, eke out these victories at these rings, but it's such a bad sign if you're struggling. It's just kind of the way the game flows. Like, it is very hard to win the game if we're struggling this much right now. And we're just getting offered complete bullcrap continually. It's like, how many times is it going to give me a Surge Stone Subsuming Blade, right? Or Memento Mori. Memorize the Melted obviously is not doing anything for us. I have to get offered something useful here. Well, there's Tidal Turning. There's also another Eclipse Chamber, which I'm not opposed to. If I had gotten the Eclipse Chamber sooner in that fight, it would have been a lot easier. So just simply getting it sooner might be worth having 2 in the deck for. Cosmic Bolt is just some extra removal, which is not horrible. I'm probably going to get pulled away from here at some point and have to take a break, but leaning toward Tidal Turning for survivability. I mean, we do have this guy, and to some degree this guy, but also front-loaded damage I need for both of them. And my front-loaded damage absolutely sucks. I mean, I have none. It's not really been apparent because you don't need so much front-loaded damage up until this point of the game, but pretty much very soon we will need it. And you know, a lot of my stuff needs to find like a room and then scale, or burn out units and then scale, or conduit and then hit. Like, this is front-loaded damage technically, but not to the degree that I need it. These aren't really front-loaded damage. And none of these are front-loaded damage, but the Cosmic Bolt kinda is. I mean, like, it doesn't take too much conduit for Cosmic Bolt to start being able to put in some work, but it also doesn't really have a super great upgrade, and it has a Calcified Ember. I'll tell you what, I am going to get pulled away here, so I can take a break and I'll come back to this. There'll be no break on your end, but I'm going to have to take some time, and maybe when I come back with fresh eyes, this will become apparent to me what I need to do, because I'm at a very critical moment here, right? Like, I have to get through Spike's Kale. I have to kill that tank, or something. Here, even if I don't kill a tank, this at least kills the morsel, which is important. I gotta kill that morsel. Even Starstruck doesn't help me here, because they can, if I leak them in their days, they're still gonna crush my Pyre with their spikes. Yeah, I'll have to think about this one. I think it's probably Cosmic Bolt, but we'll see. Is there merchant? What is the node coming up? There's arms, which will, okay. We definitely don't need the Eclipse Chamber then, because I'm just gonna make that thing deployable. Almost certainly, that's going deployable. We at least have a good node here, I think. Simply making that new moon room deployable is pretty big, and then I can Empyrean Well something I'm leaning toward Cosmic Bolt, but I need to take a break anyway, so I'll come back to this. Alright, I am back. So, that was a long break. There's going to be probably a, I don't know, half a day long run, but I haven't really been making use of these Wicklashes, huh? I mean, I will be. So, I do think for the long term, you know, to some degree I have this, which stops, like, some of the threats in each fight. You know, we do have the spike scale problem, but I can at least daze Kale to stop those spikes. And then in the savagery fight, there's that, but I think I'm still going to need defense on top of all that. And there's more offense to be found, but there's not a whole lot of defense at this point in the game. I mean, there is stealth and stuff, which would be amazing, but we only have one more actual chance at stealth, which is ring 7. We'll get it every now and then from the mystery box, but I think we got to take the title turning here. I think it's just overall the valuable card. Alright, and we're going left here. You know, it does kind of suck that I'm not hitting any Pyre remains from here on out. That's definitely something to think about, but it is what it is. Okay. Zone of Silence could help quite a lot, especially with the savagery fight, especially with this fight. My initial thought here is deploy this for sure, but Zone of Silence, I feel like we buy both of these. I mean, even late in the game, the Fight Club should be pretty useful on my floor that's going to have a bunch of multi-strikers. The only thing is I don't know exactly the Zone of Silence. I think we take it, and then let's see what else there is. Pretty late for a cycle staff, but I think we take it. It's just going to be some damage that I might need. And the meat shield I think we take as well. And I do still think we do this. And I could merge those. I don't think I want to do that. I'll vent the Wickless. Title turning. I may skip this Hellvent oddly enough, because it's at that point the arms is not too good for me. And I'm just looking at this Hellvent and I'm thinking, like, it's not actually that great. Maybe I take 2 of these Starstrucks. I can always burn one away if it seems that I need to. Or just take another one of these. Maybe I take another one of these. Alright, draw order's tough here, but I think we're alright. Let's remove another one of these. Just do that to bring him up there. We don't care too much about generating one of these each turn. Formless child. Could put it behind her. That way it dies, like, when it's useful to actually happen. I don't think I'll do the formless child. Let's do that. I feel like we're taking a pip upgrade eventually here. God, this mouse is so sensitive. I did not necessarily want to do that, but it's probably the best play. Don't know that the molded's too good here. Could get rid of the burnout since I'm likely to just lose this unit. Could also get rid of the corruption here. How are you taking 14? Seriously, how are you taking 14? Oh, because you're... Right, well, that guy's just dead anyway, so it's probably best to use this here. I think I definitely need to take a pip upgrade. This is a 7 burnout to the whole floor, which is pretty good. I don't really need the actual attack component. I just want to scale that thing. Alright, those guys did their job. I'll get some health back in the meantime. Five burnout, we can just give you more burnout then. That's a problem. Could have had that on a better turn. Well, that is a problem. You know, I can take these out with the unit that comes out of this. So, yeah, let's do that. I'll do this just to save some health up here. Yeah, I needed that to be at 30 attack. Okay, that's good. He only got 6 spikes. That should be doable. Yeah, we got him. Alright, we're eking these fights out. Wickless recruitment, intrinsic. Wow, these rares fucking suck, dude. Absolute donkey dog shit. That sucks, man. There's good rares between these clans, but these are fucking way not it. Damn, dude. That sucks complete fucking ass. This is so brutal to not get a good offering here. I really feel like Wickless recruitment should like add a stat per burnout stack removed or something. Yeah, I don't know how I can really take this. I mean, I will say it could remove corruption, which might be good in the savagery fight. But I'm probably just gonna Hellvent. And honestly, I might just Hellvent this card. That kind of solves the final 2 fights pretty well, having 2 of these. I got the Ember for it. I don't really have the draw for it, but the game plan is just try to survive until I get 2 of them going, and then once I get 2 of them going, I can prevent most damage from then on out. I suppose there's no downside to adding this Coven Spike, since it is intrinsic and it consumes. Even if I just play it for 0, it at least gives me some conduit, so it's probably worth taking it. But it's very unimpactful, most likely. But that's probably the call, unless I think Devourer of Death is there. I just don't think it's... the holdover molded is just not happening, you know? It's just not happening. Let's do that. This is a really tough choice. I think it's either draw or pip. I could see reasons for Ember as well, but... because it's... I don't know. I still got a lot of high-cost cards. I can't play everything out. Draw would help me with just my gigantic deck and all of these fucking holdover cards. Pip would help me, like, mainly on my main floor. It's not like I'm gonna... You know, the Nightingale floor, it just kind of lasts for a little bit and then dies out. At which point I think I replace it with Zone of Silence. I think. I mean, the Ember also makes sense in the context that eventually I have 2 of these Starstrucks getting played. And then I really need Ember to, like, play other stuff. So I can see reasons to take any of these upgrades. So which one is the most beneficial? The Ember also technically makes my opening play have guarantee, you know, 1 more stack of 3 conduit, I guess. It doesn't help with my deployment phase unless I'm gonna Hellvent a unit, which I don't think so. I'm pretty sure my best Hellvent is this Starstruck. You know, I basically keep Savagery and Dominion dazed, and then I don't have to worry about my low Pyre health. And I can use it to daze, you know, if I can't get to my thing, my Zone of Silence. Let's see, if I add an Ember, I get 2 more Ember to play with in deployment phase. It could make me able to go here as well. You know, maybe I just deploy the Meat Shield and the Fight Club, or I can only deploy 1. Maybe I'd deploy the Meat Shield and, like, combine it. It wouldn't really combine with the Cycle Staff that well. Pip would be nice though. It's like I got the 2 Paraffin Enforcers that takes up 2 Pip, and then I got the Rector Flicker, and then I can only fit like a chump blocker in front. It'd also allow me to put some chump blockers in front of Nightingales. I kind of think it's Pip, but I feel like Pip is almost always a fucking mistake. Like, I'm probably fine on my main floor with just the Paraffin Enforcers and the Rector plus something. Ember would also help in turns where Entropic Crystallis is just like screwing me over. I think it's Ember actually. Plus I got the box, yeah. Just being able to play out my stuff is going to be most useful, I think. So I could go either way here. Leaning toward the health, the Cavern could be good. Plus, if I don't merge anything, I can at least deploy 2 1-cost cards, and then I'm making full use of this Hell's Flame. This Ember upgrade. If I go to the right, there's not really any Merchant of Steel stuff for us. There really isn't. So it's just money and the removals. I don't think that's as actually useful as this, so we'll go here. Boiler room. So we technically already have 3 rooms, but boiler room, you know, one of our rooms kind of just gets replaced, I think. But boiler room, I don't know, is amazing when I've already got the 2 upgrades of Ember. Let's take a look here, and the items just suck. I gotta say, the Merchant Arms just, they kind of have sucked. I don't know, I guess I bought a bunch of stuff at the last one, but none of them were really all that good. They're alright. Okay, we can just put a... I think we just put this Cycle Staff right onto a unit, unless I want to try to roll the dice here. I'm pretty sure it's better for us just to... Now I wish I would have... Now I wish I would have not duped the unit first, but whatever. It's a good cavern, for sure. BT Blade or another Cycle Staff. I think Cycle Staff gives us more scaling. But first, let's just get the deployment. Let's get that out. Helps with front-loaded damage. I don't know. I don't know if I buy another Cycle Staff here when I've already got the one grafted. I think we save our money coming up. It is nice though that we've got like taking the Pyre health here is pretty big. I've got a lot of leeway here. I don't necessarily even have to dupe the whatchamacallit here. Should I take the Bloodthirsty Blade? I just don't think it ends up getting much damage. It's like 2 stacks at most. I still would have took Dark Calling here if it ever got offered, but it just never did. Hopefully Accumulator's enough to be properly tanking. Be nice if it got like Titanite at rank 3 or something. Thornguard's kind of annoying. Oh man, it's the fucking just hardest shit all around. I don't think we can take this. Fuck. Thornguard just so brutal. I mean, none of my stuff has health. I guess the Nightingale Largestone has health, but that's it. The other one will... These Paraffin Enforcers and Nightingale will just kill themselves on it. And I don't have, like... Outside of, like, some large box stuff, I just don't have anything to kill that with. really fucking brutal. This seed is one of the hardest I've ever played. Even, like, yeah. There's nothing I can find at this point that will make it less hard. It's just an absolutely brutal seed. I don't think I'm going to win it. I don't want to be, like, too pessimistic, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to fucking win it. We'll try our best, though. So we still have one ember to play with. We'll hit that Merchant Arms and make that happen. Starting with this is pretty good. Unfortunately, this thing actually doesn't even play here. Let's give them even more stealth. It's like if I play this, then I can't play the draft that comes out of this, which is pretty trash. I don't even think I need Conduit at all. We might as well just make a bigger draft here. There's so much damage that we have to get through. Let's get this in so that we can do stuff here. With the cycle. This is a great example of why I take the Ember upgrade. I don't even have enough Ember to play all this out. Maybe I should have got the Boiler Room. I don't know where I would put the... I mean, if I had a Boiler Room up here, I'd at least get an extra... Well, I wouldn't even get an extra Ember this turn. It's like I would still have needed something better here. I think we gotta play this. And I don't know, do I let this go? Because I got the 2 Wicklashes that I want to play here. We can get rid of Sacrificial Res at this point, I think. Or just like not play it. I don't know that it's doing too much for us. If I had an actual Wax and Spike in the deck, that would be really good. Let's give Burnout just to one of these, I think. We still got another one on the way, right? Yeah. And then we'll do this. This came at the right time. Wait, I seriously haven't had a unit die yet. It only does 3. Okay, this will work. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go 1, 2, and then that. Boom, baby. Am I a genius or what? That guy will die up here. I almost don't want to even take the 1 damage if I don't have to. Like, he's dying for sure, right? 32, he's dazed, so he can't hit me. We're fine. I got 2 tidal turnings here. Should I do that? I mean, I got this floor, which is probably more important. 82 by 3 is pretty strong, but these are stronger in the long run. I got 2 conduit there, I got 4 conduit here. Probably just do this. I'm giving up the draft here with this play. Actually, no. I got this. What am I saying? I'm absolutely fine. Boom. Tell me again how large box isn't the best card in the world. Man, this fucking fight is so brutal. This might be harder than the one that I lost earlier this week. Because I was a little rusty for that one. I feel like I'm a little more on top for this one. This fucking thing resolves. That sucks. Well, it doesn't resolve if I daze it. Does this guy die in 3 turns? I would give 1. Nah. What does the resolve do? Some 15 attack and 300 armor. That's a lot of fucking stats. But yeah. So I had to do this if I'm going to keep this alive though, or I could just do that. We do that anyway. They're hurt. If I incant at all here, then it gets spikes and then these guys are in trouble. $200 damage, that's fucking it. Alright, well if I kill this guy, now we're winning. Perfect. Jesus. Let's get our final things here, and we're good to go. Like I said, barely scraping by ring after ring after ring is not usually a sign that you're going to win. Oh look, another holdover. Man, I just don't know about this Capricious Reflection. I just don't know about it. It has been one of the worst I've seen. I don't know that it's overall even benefited me. The emote tome, on the other hand, I'm definitely still sour about doing that. I feel like in most cases this should have been so much better, but it's just holdover after holdover after holdover after holdover. It's just so brutal. Mortal Entrapment is just a kind of worse version of the card I already have, but maybe it's fine. Since it doesn't have holdover. Vetivery's pretty useless. Man, we are just bricking. I would have loved to get stealth here. Would have settled as well for like Crushing Demise and shit like that. Resin removal. There's a lot of uncommons that would be better than these. A lot of uncommons that would be better than these. This seed just keeps on being brutal. I mean, think of all the uncommons for melting that would be so useful to me at this point. It's just like, you know, I guess like Remnant Host would suck. Wicks would be takeable. Resin removal would be god tier though. Crushing Demise would be decent. It'd be weird, but it'd be decent. Blade would suck. And Golden Smoke would be god tier. I suppose there's not, I don't know. There's just a few of them, but it would have been nice to get them. Ay. And there's no way that I'm getting something useful from Luna. I think we have to skip here. It's already a 37 card deck, and these just aren't the cards. Well, maybe I need the Fatal Melting. I don't know. Like, there are a lot of those 5 health dudes. Not as many as this last fight. But I still am not going to be able to throw as many of my days cards at them. Man, I guess I could still hit the Merchant of Magic. I have 10 Pyre health to hit. What will we have at the Magic? Because I don't have much money anymore. So I had to skip the trial. Definitely, I think we die here if we took that trial. So these don't really benefit from the Merchant of Magic. This doesn't. The title turning could get consume remove, but is that even that good when I'm probably never going to draw through the deck twice? I could cost reduce a Wickless, I could hold it over. Even that doesn't seem amazing. A holdover would be alright though, but it would still like make things awkward. I just don't think we're going that route. If I'm not going that route, because I could get this down to a 1 cost and it becomes a little more playable. And then it's like I can shift the start. I don't have to Hellvent my starter strike. I just hit it here and there. I can switch between Savagery and Dominion. Honestly, that might be better. I gotta say though, at this point, I think 2 Star Strikes kind of is getting us where we need to be. I'm gonna skip these. Cover a Knight. It's not the stealth we're looking for, and it has a calcified ember. But it might be what we need. I don't know, maybe just this glittering drought is fine too. This is pretty good though. Take that. Alright, useless crap as usual. I guess I could take the Steward's Quarters. Not really that good though. Okay, Fade's First Blade is really good. I have to imagine we're taking that. Kingdom's Tears is actually alright too. We might just take them. That's 280. I can't even fucking afford the both of them. I can't even afford the both of them. The Kingdom's Tears, technically the only card in my deck that it hits is the Title Turning, but even there it's alright. Just brings it back to its pre-nerf form. I didn't think that card really needed to be nerfed, but yeah, I think we're just going to take that for sure. That's a lot of damage. I think we are Hellventing this. Oh my god. Alright, I'm probably going to step away yet again. 1 second. Let's get rid of this. This is unplayable. It does nothing for us at this point. I'll keep the other one. And probably just get rid of a Spear Steward. And then my final money, I can get one more thing deployed. Probably just that then. Unless I want the Steward Quarters, which I don't think I do. Yeah, we'll deploy that. And I guess we just can't do anything else. Thought I had maybe... Alright, let me see if I need to step away here 1 second. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Let's do this. If I get through the Seraph fight, I win, I think. With 2 of those dazing cards, I don't know how I would lose the Titan fight. But this fight here is going to be the shit show. Which one's which here? Okay, that one's in the back. Where does this go? Does it go there? I think so. These guys just need to never get hit. Oh, that is potentially good. Could just take the Zone of Silence in right now, but I could extend them one turn, I might as well. Let's do this. I may have to put this here. It sucks if I find the draft, but whatever. I need that to be able to block if he comes mid. Oh my god, this fucking draw order is so fucking absolutely stupid. So you're living. I can bring one of these back. This graft item comes back. Man, it sucks. Why did I should have thought this out better. Man. Definitely need to make one of these guys endless. I'll make this guy endless, I guess. I might as well just play both of these here. Keep the conduit here. In case I should end on new moon just so I can be sure that I daze. We're just going to let this other fucking piece of shit group up. We could try to shift up to the top. I don't know. Ay, ay, ay. Well, I can survive this with the resin removal, so we'll do that. Put this here, I guess. Unless I put it here. I only got one stealth left. You have 2 stealth left. We gotta commit to this, though. Alright, that guy will die. Try that for now. I think I just gotta save my health up here. I'm hoping to get a bone thrown my way at some point here. Okay, we got that. That'll definitely help. Phase to the full moon, get an ember. That's pretty good. So, get this. Gotta do this. I don't know why I did that. Here, let's block that hit. may just let that thing hit. I can deal with the 7. This unfortunately has the worst fucking breakpoint ever. So we'll do that. Yeah, I may have to just play this. Or let that get played. It's pretty brutal. I don't know. Man. I don't know. Why did I have to bottom deck this? Next turn's pretty bad if I don't play this though. Alright, so they... This is just so fucking brutal, man. Like... Oh, I hate this. I fucking hate this. And of course I don't get any moon phase here, so we're just gonna fucking die. And how much damage is that? It's like... I'd take the 5 there. I take the 5 here, yeah, we're dead. Well, I'm gonna reload this one. I'm pissed at this one. Let's see if there's a better way to do this. I know that I really fucked that first turn up. I think we gotta just live with the mid-floor being bullshit. So let's go like this. Put you in the back, and then just whenever I can get the zone of silence, I need to put it there. I'll put you as a chump blocker, put your useless ass up there. And then Eclipse Chamber, that. Could also stealth that floor, but alright, so we actually have the Zone of Silence immediately. I think actually we'll just do that then. I still want this. I'm not even going to care about this then. Let's go like that. And that should give us an extra turn to hopefully deal with these piece of shit fucking dudes in the back. Let me see, does Dazing Seraph stop his stupid rage buff? No, because it's just an enchant. Alright, well either way we gotta... Here, let's get you now actually with this. That. Put Endless on this actually. That allows me to... Yeah, I think we'll do that. That's what needs Endless. Just gotta trust that our top floor won't die. Okay, this floor is actually taken care of, so we don't need to do anything there. Still don't really want to take the 7 here. Or the 21, I should say. I mean, I could do that. That saves me a bit. I do want to pop the melee weakness, I suppose, because I don't know that I can like take care of these guys every single time. So let's do that. I need to... maybe just start taking care of them anyway. Because when he comes back up, he's going to have the rage. Let's give you that too, I guess. Alright, don't let that thing fuck us over. We got 7 conduit. Let's do it right this time, unless I think I need that. I don't think that's going to do anything at this point, though, because I just can't get another unit to stick. Alright, they're taken care of. You're getting hit here, so let's daze that. I don't think I want this on holdover. I kind of need just chump blockers. I need that thing earlier. If it's at this point, I already got the damage here, but I need like the defense, so. Oh my god, this fucking bullshit. I mean, I can use this, but it's just like, dude, can I really not even get on the right moon phase? Guess we gotta hit that. I mean, at 13. Alright, what's up with my breakpoints here? 216 by 2. Can I... 124 plus 184, that's 2308. So this will get the job done here. Just throw that away, I guess. I guess I'm not playing that or this. Seraph is just such a harder fight than the Titans, to be honest. Like, it's kind of weird that that is the state of things, how it all ended up. At this point, I put this guy in the back. .307. He'll get 1 hit in for 6, whatever. Get rid of that. So brutal that I have to take these hits down here. How am I on New Moon just every fucking time that it's... Jesus. I don't have much of a choice here. Million times harder than any other fight in the game. So fucking stupid. And on New Moon, I just gotta take all these hits. You know what? I'm not even gonna calculate it out. If I die, I die. I don't care. Like, it just kills me. Fuck it. I did everything I could do on this seed. I didn't play perfect, but like, it's about all I can do. Alright, we're down to 3 health. This is what we're gonna have to try. I definitely have to top deck the right cards. I'm gonna give it a shot. If I top deck the right cards, maybe. There's 3 cards I can top deck. I can top deck either Cover of Night, and then obviously my 2 Starstrucks, or, yeah, that's about it. I don't think anything else will allow me to survive the hit from Dominion. Other than, like, you know, Large Box getting us something. Large Box could save us too. I'm gonna try a mid-floor setup there. In case I top deck the thing, I'll go top with this still. If I top deck the sacrificial res. Alright, so we are just gonna die to Dominion. Well, let's try to just tweak the fucking RNG. This is kind of what's stupid about what you can do with restarting stuff, but so I can just purposely, I can just purposely not play some cards. It's definitely pretty cheesy, but you know, it is what it is. It's a bullshit seed, I don't care. So we'll just play what's we think is maybe essential to us. Like maybe we just don't play the Leaner Priestess, see if it tweaks the RNG enough. See, there you go. Reloading can do wonders. I don't want to redraw that. So we gotta definitely hit you. That much is dead certain. And then we probably, yeah, we'll end on New Moon here. Okay, we actually got both of these, so we're looking decent. We're looking decent. Hit you with 1. you with another. Because this one I definitely have to keep dazed. This one I can technically put units on the floor to stop. I'm doing this in the name of getting the most damage. Throw you out. I might need that 1 pip unit later. Alright, they're all getting taken care of. We definitely gotta fuck these guys up. I can do that with that. Because I don't got my new moon this turn anyway. But I definitely can't let that happen, so that has to get played. I can save this for next turn. I want to play these just to have them. So let's do this. I guess we could do this, just save myself a corruption. Alright. Alright, we're on full moon. Let's hit you. I kind of want to save this for when I like really need it. So if I can do this now, just to save that damage, I will. Let's hit you. Let's just give you one of these. That seems fine to me. Alright, you're dead no matter what. But that doesn't matter at this point. I mean, I could save you. I could prolong your death. Don't really care to do that. Here, let's go. I could put one in the back because it's taken too long for me to get to the draft, so that card just ended up being kind of a dud. Let's do this, and I'm stuck on New Moon anyway. We'll just play these out. Maybe I can save you, I don't know. Probably not. Yeah, you're dead. But you get your damage in at least. You're dying to the corruption. And let's just... these are useless to me, but we'll just do this, I guess. Alright, you got 3 days left. You got 3 days left. We're sitting okay there. They're actually all dying, but I'm burning out. That's pretty trash. Luckily, this floor isn't necessarily something that I can't deal with. And then I draw the... It's just... Man, this is so fucking trash, man. So trash. Alright, well, let's... daze you. I didn't need to daze that one. Well, whatever. This is going to clear anyway coming up, so we want to end in New Moon, so I'll put this here. Alright, we finally get that bullshit. 72. Well, we can put down the draft at least. Let's go like this. This is my turn to need it, so... I can survive this guy one more turn, so let's hit you. And we'll just eat all them out. That didn't sound right, but whatever. Oh, thanks, Wickless. Thank you for showing up. so useful. Oh, my new moon here is pretty useless. This guy dies anyway, but I actually don't want him to even get up there, so let's hit him. And I'll hit that. I don't know that I can rely on getting the molded, so it's like I get some. Yeah, let's put. Tell you what, let's go like this. Alright, obviously we gotta hit you. You're still dazed. Let's hit you. Maybe we don't keep that on holdover anymore. And we just cannot draw through this deck. You have a dazed left. There's not much choice for us here. We have to do that and that. Wait. Why am I getting hit? 160 by 2, right? Oh, okay. It's just like fucking up because of that thing. Just do that. It's useless, but whatever. Alright, I don't know what happened there. He was supposed to be dazed twice, but I don't care at this point. Whatever. It wasn't going to be a real win anyway. It was a loss. I had to restart the Seraph fight anyway, and then I had to really do some bullshit restarting in the other fight. Wait. Did that just count toward my win streak? Huh? I'm so confused. What? I'm going to have to check the footage on that. Like, what did it bring me to the logbook for? A, I lost. B, it's not even my run. So I don't know what's going on there. Well, I think it's a beatable run, but you have to, like... I agree. I think the original comment said, like, there is a... there's probably a line, but... I don't know that you would naturally end up there a lot of the time. I think you'd have to kind of get... It's definitely beatable, but that just sucked. That was just one of the most brutal seeds ever. Hard to say which one is worse between Eable's earlier one this week and that one. Like, this one just, it's like so much. Definitely, I think going the emote tome probably would give us a better shot. There's so many cards that just became untakeable to me with the amount of holdovers that were getting thrown at me. That's something I'll have to file away for the future. In the future, I'm never taking Capricious over an emote tome again. That was just stupid of me. Looks like they went with the follower event. And they had Burnout. Jack in the Box. Shield Steward. See, now I will say I think that the large box is better than something like this. This is basically like a pseudo removal. I do think the large box gives you way more value. I mean, we got a ton of good cards out of large box. You know, we got like Burnout Extension. I would have loved to get more, but you know, it's how it is sometimes. So they just did this to get Endless on this one. See, I just don't know if that event is worth it, you know? It's like, I don't want an Endless Entombed Explosive. Maybe it would have helped me. It's just another... For them, it's not as bad because they don't have all the holdover cards, I guess, so... But yeah, this is actually a much different deck than we ended up with. Quite different, but I guess that's what the Emote Tome versus the Capricious Reflection kind of affords you. It was a tough seed. There was a lot of different decision points. Like, it looks like they're going with Pip and Draw and just keeping everything relatively cheap. So there's no Paraffin Enforcer in this deck. This deck probably would have went pretty hard if it had the Paraffin Enforcer. I can't remember where the Paraffin Enforcer was found. I thought it was Ring 3. I would say if it was Ring 3 and they didn't take it, I would say it was a mistake, but I honestly can't remember where the Paraffin Enforcer was found. But, you know, long story short, they went to the same place that we essentially died at, which was Savagery's Final Assault. It's just so hard to find enough damage on this run to get through that fight without just taking a bloodbath in your Pyre. Just so much damn damage getting taken. Oh, and what did they go with Rector? Harvest, yeah, I would assume everybody goes Harvest. This run would have been so much better if we could have got a Dark Calling as well. Like, I'm not gaining anything from full Harvest. Maybe flexing Burnout would have been okay for me. It would have definitely given me less health, but it would have given me more damage. It's... Okay, so I went with that version of the Celestial Storm. I mean, that version of Celestial Storm is definitely something we could have done too. It just, for mine, it sucked because I already had Permafrost on it, you know? So for this, again, it's actually quite better to go Emote Tome here. So this is actually a lot of damage. I'm surprised, though, that... I guess they didn't make it far enough to probably get a Hell Vent, but I think this is a line, too, that you could do. You could just basically stack Conduit on top of the damage that this is getting, and then you're definitely clearing waves. I think you just have to figure out how to solve the issue of Relentless at that point, which Harvest helps quite a bit with, but it might not be enough, because I think if you commit a lot to the Celestial Storm, there's certain amounts of the glaive, though. I think it would work. You got the glaive. It looks like there must have been a glaive earlier at some point on this run, then, because I think we found ours at like Ring 7 or something. Glaive definitely would have been nice earlier. And this dies Ring 2. I mean, the start was brutal. We almost died at the start, too. They did have the Endless Entombed Explosive, so they even made that play to help with this. Though, I suppose here, they should have been able to put a large stone on this, which might have been what killed them, because they just don't have much for Relentless, perhaps. Yeah, it almost beats Relentless, but not quite. A large stone definitely would have helped with that. Brutal Seed. Honestly, I like everyone else's deck more than mine. Like, I feel like the Capricious Reflection really backed me in a corner. I'm the only idiot that took it. I think the run would have been quite a bit better if I didn't do that. But, whatever. I knew the writing was on the wall. Like I said, when you're just barely scraping by ring after ring after ring, it's like, yeah, you're not going to get part by Seraph. Any other major things I could have done different? Like, I'm trying to think of the units that were offered. It was like, I guess I could have took the dude that heals himself and gets spell weakness. That might have been good. I also could have taken a draw upgrade instead of an ember upgrade, which may have been good. I also, in the Titan fight, could have just not put burnout on both my Paraffin and forces, and I'm probably fine. But in my mind, I didn't make it to the Titans, really, right? Like, I'm dying on Seraph in a no-reload scenario because I didn't have the foresight to go top. And honestly, I don't know. Even eking by on 3, it's like, yeah, I don't know, whatever. It was fun. I use air quotes here, though, because it was a seed that was like every ring was tough. At least we overcame a lot of those challenges, but it would have been nice to win it. But yeah, go ahead and try this one. I'm sure you can win it. Just gotta take the absolute perfect lines. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.